Okay. So if you just have a glance through this syllabus, you'll find that these are the basics. Maybe those who are from BCom or BBA, they may find the similarity in the syllabus also. Just have a glance through the contents. So here basically in the first chapter, it goes to basics as usual, like definition, scope, functions, what was the evaluation, the core concepts, the company orientation. Okay, the first part is totally the basics of marketing. The second one is marketing environment. So here, as rightly we see that any organization, any company cannot work in isolation. If there are producers, there should also be the consumers to consume the product. Or maybe if the consumers demand the product, there should be the manufacturers who can cater to their demands. So it's both ways. So there are many forces which act upon the organization. So how the marketing is affected with respect to different environmental factors. That is what is included in the second chapter, that is marketing environment. The third one is the segmentation, target marketing, and positioning. So this deals with segmenting, targeting, that is the STP approach in detail. The fourth is the consumer behavior. Now here it includes why a consumer purchases a product, when he purchases the product. It gives the answers to these sort of questions. So how a consumer undertakes a buying process, how he arrives at a particular decision. So in this we will see what are the steps, what are the pros and cons in this chapter. The next is the marketing mix. Now here this is a very important tool in the hands of the marketer. 4 P's and 7 P's. The product life cycle of a product. What does it mean? How the company strategize when they take into consideration the product life cycle, how they design the strategies. So here, these are all the fundamental concepts. Now, my dear friends, those who are going to take the specialization, okay, in the second semester, you will have specializations. So those who will specialize, okay, in marketing, please see to it that your fundamentals are clear, even the other students, since these are the basic concepts. See to it that your basic concepts are very much clear. Now, why I am insisting on clarifications? Because it was my experience that after passing your final year, that is after completion of MBA, when you go for the interview, in the companies, they ask these basic questions like, what is a need? And the student is not able to understand. He knows everything. He has taken the specialization. He had studied the specialization subjects. But when it comes to basics, like what is the difference between need and a want? The student is not able to explain. These are very simple concepts. Once you understand, it's much more easier and simpler. That is the first thing which I would request the students, that please make your concept clear. Because here, one more thing, if you consider a subject like economics, accounts, okay, you will find this subject on a very lighter note. Lighter note means it's not that heavy dose for students, okay. Maybe after today's session, I will get the feedback from you all. Here, one more thing, that when you understand its concepts, okay, It is more of the application orientation. That is, you need to apply these concepts practically. Maybe in case of finance, you study the finance in detail. There are problems, working capital management and all, which you have to handle in the companies ahead when you will be working. Similarly, here in this case, the concepts are much more easy. You find it very simple and very easy. But when you enter the industry, at that time you will understand the application of these concepts. So this is about the syllabus part. Now here,
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Vaishali ma'am.
yes,
On
yes,
my side, I
yes.
just had a query that having weightage to this particular subject, why is this considered to be an external subject?
Why it is an external subject?
Yeah.
Marketing is one of the specializations which is in demand. Okay. If you see the syllabus in the second semester, uh, you have this as a specialization. And that's why it has been given due importance. Is one of the major specialization subject, isn't it?
Yes.
That's
So,
why it has been given the weightage.
all right. Thank you.
Okay. If you have any queries or doubts, maybe I will clear it then and there itself. Okay.
Sure.
Now let's go to the basic part, that is the definition. Now listen, nobody tomorrow is going to ask you about the definition as such, but you should know and you should better understand what is the meaning of the term. That is what is expected. Now here, the mastermind or the guru of marketing, that is Philip Kotler. Philip Kotler's definition says that marketing is a social and managerial process by which individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating and exchanging products and value with others. There are many important terms included in this. Now, marketing is a social. Social means it includes the society. We all are a part of a society. Can we live in isolation? Yes. No.
No.
Unless and until we go to some island and stay alone. Very few personalities are there who like to stay alone. Man is a social being. He likes to be among his colleagues, his friends, his relatives. And this, because of the society only, this marketing exists. So that's why the term social is included. And managerial process. What is managerial process? Who is a manager? Who is a manager? The person who manages. Yes. What all comes in the managerial process? You would be managers after completion of MBA, and few of them might be managers. Now here, managerial process includes a right from managing the activities, managing the process. What all is there in this process?
Managing the material, managing the people,
Managing the people. Okay, very good.
managing the work,
Managing the work. Okay. Anything else? What all you manage? We recruit people. Okay. Then we give them training. We develop them. First thing is we plan the things prior to recruiting. We organize the things. After planning also, whether the implementation is on a right track, then it is okay. Otherwise, we will have to revert our plan, change our plan. That is what is controlling. We need to control the things. If they go out of control, then maybe you will opt for second option. We have a flow chart, isn't it? Yes, no type. If yes, okay. If no, then what? That sort of flow chart is there. And ultimately, we achieve our aim or objectives through this managerial process. So in an organization, when we say this marketing is a word, it is a subset. It is a very broader term. There are many things which together form the marketing. Now, here marketing is a social and managerial process by which individuals, we are individuals and we have some wants, we have some needs. Also, group of people together, they also have some need and a want. Maybe in the coming sessions, I will discuss what is the need, what is a want. Okay. Through creating and exchanging products. Now see, when there is a need, then only we think of fulfilling the need. Or maybe we demand the product, the manufacturer gives us the product. The second thing is manufacturer produces the product. That's why we purchase the product. So vice versa. That's why we say it's creating and exchanging products. Exchanging products. A raw material supplier supplies it to the producer. The producer produces the product. He goes ahead with a linkage and reaches the end customers. In return, the customer will give money to the mediator. The mediator will give it to the company. The company will give it to the raw material supplier. That is what is in return we give them the money. So here that is exchanging products and value with other. This term value I will explain you in detail later. So for the timing, this is the simple definition. Now in exam, there is no need to write the definition as such. Maybe you can explain the meaning. Instead of the definition, you can have just the meaning, whatever you understand, whatever you get from this. Now, American Marketing Association has defined it as a marketing is the performance of business activities that direct the flow of goods and services from producer to the consumer. Much more simpler version as compared to the first one. The first one gave a very broad perspective. The second one is up to the mark. Like what is marketing? It is the performance of business activities. So here, business activities, maybe a manufacturer produces the product. Here you include everything. Maybe you include finance, you include HR, you include production. All the activities together get into this business activities that direct the flow of goods and services. Now here these direct the flow of goods and services from producer to consumer. In between jo bhi hota hai, we don't care, but the product should reach the end consumer. That is what is expected here. So these are the two definitions. The next one. Pandif and Still, they again gave one definition, that is marketing is the term used to describe collectively those business functions most directly concerned with the demand stimulating and demand fulfilling activities of the business enterprise. Now, when we say this few words, directly your economics comes into your mind. That should come into your mind rather. Maybe in the morning you might had your economics class. So here, marketing is the term used to describe collectively those business functions. So all the business functions collectively together, which are concerned with demand stimulating. Demand. What is demand?
Demand is the want of the market.
Demand is the want of the market. Okay. Suppose I need a product. Okay. Maybe I'm traveling. I need water. Okay. So in the travel, I have two options. One thing is I need to stop somewhere. If I'm traveling by, suppose railway, maybe I will have to wait for the station. I go, there is tap water. Okay. I drink that water. Or maybe second option is I sit at my place. A guy comes with a packaged water bottle. Okay. I drink that. But what is the difference in the both of this scenario?
In first scenario, you have to, go by yourself and drink. And in second scenario, you're just sitting and that guy is coming and giving you water.
Yes, but very important thing is missing in the first and second case. In both the case, I have that, need. I'm very thirsty. I need water. But what is the difference in the first and second case? Whether I will get the packaged water bottle for free?
No, you have to pay for it.
Yeah, I will have to pay for it. So the basic, yeah. So if suppose the packaged bottle water costs 10 rupees, I should have 10 rupees with me. Okay. So when you have a need or a want and it is supported by the monetary part, okay, I have the ability to pay, then only we say it's a demand. Understood? मला काहीतरी घ्यायचं आहे पण माझ्या खिशात पैसेच नाहीयेत, मला छान दिसतंय सगळं घ्यायला. So we cannot say it's a demand. So when I have the ability to pay and the need, then I can say it's a demand. So here functions most directly concerned with the demand stimulating. Stimulating means stimulating.
उत्तेजित करना.
Yeah, उत्तेजित करना. So demand stimulating and demand fulfilling. उत्तेजित करके fulfill करना. Okay, that is satisfy them. Fulfilling activities of the business enterprise. Now there are in the market few of the products wherein actually as a human being we don't need them, but they are being marketed on the basis of this demand stimulation and people do agree, they purchase, no harm in it, but it is created demand from the marketers. We will discuss maybe in the coming sessions about this also. What is this demand, actual demand and created demand? Now next is the marketing is designed to bring about desired exchanges with target audience for the purpose of mutual gain. So here, what exactly is marketing is designed to bring about desired exchanges. Desired exchanges, maybe I am in need of a particular product with some aspirations in my mind. I am a customer and I am ready to pay in return. So that's why the word target audience is clubbed, because all of the consumers cannot be the customers. That's why we say it's a target audiences for the purpose of mutual gain of both the seller and the buyer. Now we move to the next part, that is the functions of marketing. The first and foremost thing is functions of exchange. Now here, functions of exchange. So here give and take is there when you say exchange. Buying, the first one. As I rightly said, the producer, when he wants to produce something, what he will do? He will collect the material from the raw material from the producers of the raw material. So if you think of automobile, you will need much more raw material. to produce that automobile, to manufacture that automobile. That's why I buy from the suppliers. Okay. I manufacture, as a manufacturer, I will manufacture the products. Now, directly does it reach the end customer? No, there are intermediaries in between. There may be a wholesaler, there may be a dealer, there may be a retailer. So the dealer or the middle person is buying from the manufacturer. The end customer is buying from this intermediator. So here, this buying is a continuous process. One will buy from the other person. So that's why we say this buying is a continuous process. And that's why it forms a part of function of marketing. There are buyers, that's why there are sellers. And there are sellers, that's why there are buyers. Now come to the next part, that is assembling. I want to manufacture the product. So I start assembling the raw materials. Now here, when I start assembling the raw material, I need to take specific measures from whom I want to purchase the raw material. Or maybe in some of the companies, they just assemble the products. Maybe I buy a part from China, I buy the other part from Germany, the third part from Australia, okay, or Taiwan. Maybe I assemble it and then I sell the end product. So that is what is assembling, bringing them together. Suppose if I am a dealer, in case of a dealer, maybe if he is into FMCG category, that is fast moving consumer goods. In that case also what happens? He assembles the products. Now here maybe if you visit a retail store nearby, he will have n number of products. So what he does, he assembles the products and then he offers you this bundle of products. That is what is assembling. Assembling is carried out by a manufacturer, by this middle person. So that's why it's a part of the function of exchange. Selling. Just we looked at buying. Similarly, the function of selling. The manufacturer sells the goods to the middle person and the middle person sells the goods to the end customers. So these are complementary buying and selling processes to each other. Now this is about the functions of exchange. Here while explaining, you can give any examples with respect to that point. It is expected that you should quote the examples. You should not write just in 2 lines. Functions of physical supply now. Physical supply, that is the movement of goods. We are speaking of physical movement of goods here.
Ma'am, can you just give an example of buying, assembling and selling?
See, suppose I gave you an example of automobile manufacturing. You take off medicines, herbal products, medicines. You can take into consideration any of the products.
And assembling?
Bringing the things together. Okay. Just now I gave you an example of an automobile. Just in an automobile, there are many parts, isn't it? I want to outsource the things. There is a plant which is assembling.
Like, does that like it means like buying few products from 2-3 different places and then assembling and then selling?
Yeah, is it not a part of marketing? We are speaking the different functions of marketing. Now there are many plants, there are many factories, okay, where they don't manufacture all of the products, isn't it?
Hmm.
They may be manufacturing one or two or the basic component. They may be outsourcing everything
Hmm.
from other companies and assembling the product. Usually it is done for automobile sector, isn't it?
Okay.
So that is what is assembling. When I want to assemble the things together. Or you take an example of a medical distributor. I gave an example of a FMCG category also. If you take a pharmacy distributor, what does he do? A wholesaler. What he will do? He will collect the different medicines from different producers, manufacturers, isn't it? And sell it to a retailer. What the retailer is doing? He is again, according to his capacity, purchasing the different products to offer to the end customer. Okay. Now we come to the physical supply. That is, this deals with the physical movement. I am speaking of movement of goods. So transportation is one of the important function here. Now any product, it reaches to the end customer. So transportation is one of the very important factor. It plays a very vital role. Now when you take this transportation into consideration, there is a lot of effort behind this. How to transport, which mode of transportation should be used. If you go for a quicker mode of transport, it depends upon the product category again. So the price will increase. Now we are for the perishable goods, like floriculture sector, where it is highly perishable, or some of the medicines. In that case, the transportation would be very much quicker. It increases the price because there is no other option for you. Air travel is the option. That is aeroplane. That is one of the means quicker transport. If the goods are much more heavy, maybe through ship you can transport them. For the very much heavy products, industrial goods. So here, depending upon the product category, the transportation is decided. When we say automobile, maybe the factory is in Gurgaon and you have placed the order from Pune. So the dealer says if the product is not available, usually that is the case, maybe 15 दिन लगेगा आपको product मिलने को, because the transportation, even that time is calculated. Now the next is storage and warehousing. So here in this case, the products are stored. The company stores the product unless and until there is demand from the intermediary, that is a dealer or a retailer, they cannot bring the product out. Unless and until the demand from the customers, the middle person, that is a dealer or a wholesaler or a retailer, will not store the product. Maybe there maybe have some storage margin of maybe a month, but over storage, again, any businessman will not like to lock in their finance part. That is very important. That unnecessarily they want to increase the burden as far as the monetary part is considered, which is very important criteria in business. So here, this is, again, this depends upon the type of product. It depends upon the capacity of the manufacturer as well as this intermediaries and what type of product it is. There are different warehouses. The warehousing could be in-house or the warehousing could be outsourced. Suppose if a product manufacturer requires cold storage, few of the products they require cold storage. So better they outsource this. Cold storage warehouses are available on rent. So the company outsources such products and they are stored in warehousing, and when required, they are further moved to the intermediary. That is what is warehousing. The next is functions of exchange. Sorry. Okay. Choosing and motivating channel of distribution. This is also one of the function. Now when you have the channel of distribution, the channel members, the dealers, the retailers, the wholesalers, you need to motivate them, monetary wise as well as non-monetary wise, both the things. Now here it depends upon the relationship between both the parties. How do you motivate? Whether you want to give them some gifts, whether you want to give them some monetary gifts, like more credit you are giving them. So these are all the motivating factors in channel of distribution. The next part is facilitating function. That is here, marketing acts as a facilitator. The first and foremost thing is financing. So here, irrespective of the demand of the customers, a manufacturer produces the product. Maybe the consumer demand may be after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, especially for FMCG categories, that is fast moving categories. Maybe irrespective of the demand, they produce the product and store with them. See, when a producer produces the product, he has locked that much amount of money into that. He needs to recover it early, actually. But instantly he will not get that money. The money in this business will be rotating. Similarly, for the intermediaries, dealers, distributors, there is a credit period for them given by the producer or the manufacturer. But after a certain credit period, he will not wait.
Ma'am, can you just explain it once again in simple language? The facilitating function.
See, these down, whatever I have given, like financial, risk bearing, standardizing, packaging, branding, labeling, these all are the functions under facilitating function. That is facilitator. This marketing function acts as a facilitator. They give you facilities, it is giving. Irrespective of the demand, okay, the manufacturer is manufacturing. Irrespective of the demand means they have certain prediction that there would be demand. But when, for what?
Assumptions.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Assumptions of future.
Yeah, assumptions,
Demands.
or you can say predictions. They have that statistics ready. But when I am manufacturing, so I take the material from my suppliers, isn't it? On the credit. Usually in business, the things are on credit. Yes or no? Okay, so I am bearing that risk. Maybe I am going to give the money after 1 month to the supplier. Okay, I produce the product. I give it to the dealer or distributor. But whether I will get the money immediately from the dealer or distributor, no. They will ask for credit, no? So maybe there is some time gap when they will receive the money. And after getting the money also, he has to first pay off to the suppliers. So here, even the intermediaries are also doing the same thing. That is what is financing. So this is one of the important functions of marketing. Second thing is risk bearing. He bears the risk. Maybe a dealer, maybe this marketing function. Okay, this is a chain. If you take any of these categories, the producer, the supplier, the retailer, all these, they are taking this risk. Suppose if I am a retailer, I have stored the product and there is no demand. I am bearing the risk for storing the material. Tomorrow, if there is some damage happen to that product, then I am bearing the risk. So this is the risk bearing function which a marketing bears upon it. The next is standardizing. The product should be standardized. As far as the size is considered, as far as the quality is considered, as far as the weight is considered, Okay, so here one more important function is the standardizing, the packaging and all. Maybe you may have different brands, you may have different packages, but the product should be standardized. The next is packaging. Now here packaging is covering it with the material. The product is covered with the material so as to maybe protect from theft, protection from climate, that is rainfall, or damage. So how do you package the product becomes more important. Now here we are speaking in terms of facilitating function. There are two aspects of this packaging. One is ultimately in what the product is packed. That is one aspect. In marketing, the second thing is increasing the aesthetic look. But here by packaging we mean protection of the product. Okay. What I was speaking of comes into this branding a bit. Aesthetic, increase in the aesthetic look or aesthetic value of the product, that goes in this branding. So after packaging comes the branding part. Now here, how do you brand your product? A lot of efforts are taken from the marketing side to create a brand, to create the awareness. Unless and until you are satisfied about the product, it will not be a brand. So all the promotional efforts or the research part, product research, comes into this branding part. The next is labeling of the product. Now here, if you handle any of the products, you will find that it's labeled. Maybe there is a name of the manufacturer. How much is the weight? Maybe in grams, in kgs, where it is manufactured, or there is a date when it was manufactured, the date of expiry. All this labeling is very much important so that the customers at a glance, if he has a look at this label, he will understand the in and out mostly, or maybe the contents of the product also. So labeling provides you with the association of the product, what is there into it. And the customer is very much important in maybe he's always looking at what is there inside this product. So that is what is labeling. The next important point is scope of marketing. And first and foremost things are goods. Morning we get up till we sleep at night. We are in need of many products. So maybe I have shown you the bundle of products. So we have a lot of scope as far as the products are considered. Maybe if you consider the agri-based products, you consider the FMCG goods, you consider electronic goods, you consider pharmaceutical goods, any categories, if you think all of the products are marketed today, and in today's era, it has gained immense importance. And because of the digitization, the penetration and the promotion, these things have become much more important or rather mandatory. Unless and until you push the product, it's not going to penetrate into the market. That's why there are a lot of goods which can be marketed. So goods can be marketed here. The next part is services. Today you are listening my session on the Zoom platform. So we have availed this service. Tours and travels. If you want to visit any destination, you need the services. You need the transport to reach to a particular destination. You need some staying facility. So here the services are marketed. Telecommunications. These are just the examples to quote. There are a number of services apart from this. Because of this gadgets, okay, you have the mobile, but without the service provider, it is of no use. You need the services of one of the other service provider. Hospital industries, services, hospitality services, medical services, transport services, banking services. Maybe if there is a demand for personal loan, vehicle loan, home loan, business loan, gold loan, any type, you need to go to the bank to avail these services. you start earning, you need your savings account, you go to a bank. Just at a click of buttons on your mobile, you want to do some transactions, you avail the services of bank. There are insurance services, insurance providers. In the print media or across the television or through email, you might see one or the other way, each and every now and then the services are being marketed. So the services are also marketed. The next part is ideas and concepts. Now here, if you see the cosmetic industries, majority, I have just taken one example, majority of the cosmetic industries, what they are actually selling. Can anybody tell me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Cosmetic industries.
Yes, ma'am.
What actually they are selling? May take any product or in the cosmetic industry. Maybe lotions, creams, fairness creams, anything. What they are selling to a customer?
Their products, cosmetic products.
Cosmetic products. I'm looking for something else.
Services.
Services. No, these are products. These are not services because you use the products. No, you own them. Okay.
They are selling their brands.
They are selling the brands. Okay. But basically, I think they are selling the hope. Okay. Now, simple. This I have taken one product, Fair and Lovely, Fair and Handsome. Okay. What they are selling here? What is the basic objective?
A cream that gives you fairness or something. So
Fairness.
consumer buys that, he has a hope or she has a hope that one day I'll have a fairer or a good looking skin.
Yes, very true. Now that is a different thing whether a person becomes much more fair or not. Okay. But psychology, the person is satisfied, and here they are selling the hope, isn't it? Hope that if you use the product, this thing will happen. Hope you are using creams, maybe you will glow and your skin will be very nourishful and everything, isn't it? Similarly, there is one more example which I have taken, that is Herbalife. Herbalife, anybody is aware of this? You might have come across this product or the company. On a similar lines, maybe you can say Ayurvedic concept. Nowadays, if you see, again, we are going back to our traditional concepts. So here concept selling, Ayurveda is a concept. It has its own base. Patanjali, what they are doing? Selling the concepts traditional to modernization. Herbalife maybe on a health consciousness of the people. They are betting, they are selling some of the tablets. Maybe if you take these tablets, you will become slim. There are some belts also which are available. They are selling the hopes, the ideas or the concepts. There is one more program, entertainment industry. Okay, Indian Idol. It's an idea. So the concepts can be marketed, the ideas can be marketed. Indian Idol, maybe somebody had an idea and they started the program which clicked and the TRP they are gaining on this. So even ideas and concepts can be marketed. Events can be marketed. Today, if you see one of the upcoming field, event management. Okay, today people are so busy, they don't have time to manage the things. Maybe family weddings are there. Maybe birthday parties are there. Maybe a corporate event like product launching is there. So here these events are outsourced. They are managed by a company. So here events are marketed, isn't it? Advertised or they are marketed. See, now these are all created demands or the opportunity seekers, those who are opportunity seekers, they try to create an opportunity, build the gap. They identify the needs and try to fulfill them. Information can be marketed. Information, yes. We read books, we purchase books, maybe a story, maybe any story book or information, any book. We look out for information. The books are marketed, isn't it? Yes. Yellow pages. We want a number. We want some shop, the name of the shop in particular area. We go to it. And the Google, very important. Today's mantra, if you don't know anything, just type on Google or some other browser. You will get the information, whatever you want. Similarly, encyclopedias, children encyclopedias, which have a lot of information. So even they can be marketed. Organizations, whether they can be marketed, yes. When you see Reliance, you see Ambani's, and when you see Ambani's, you see Reliance, isn't it? Infosys, Tata Group, Aditya Birla Group, all these brands, okay, the name of the founder or the name of the company. These organizations, they can be marketed. Whether they can be marketed and how? Now here, imagine if tomorrow Reliance comes up with a new product, the penetration becomes much more simpler and easier as the name of the organization has its own goodwill and reputation. So it becomes very easy for the manufacturer or the marketer to penetrate into the market. That's why we say organization market. Whether properties can be marketed? Yes. We see the billboards, very big hoardings.
Yes.
Kumar Properties, Raheja Builders. So many of the construction industry manufacturers. So here they try to sell off the properties. Today, because of digitization, even you have different digital promotional sites also, which have come up with the selling of the properties, which makes things, which make the properties sell on the digital platform, maybe email marketing or their apps. Whether places can be marketed? Yes. Travel and tourism wholly and solely depends upon the marketing of places. If you consider Paris, I've just shown you the pictures, or vacationing in Goa, Malaysia, or people visiting Taj Mahal, the foreign travelers, places. There is in the camp one place, a Marzorin. Okay, people visit, or some other places. Okay, irrespective of the distance, irrespective of any other constraints, people visit that place just to experience or watch that. That is what is places can be marketed. Now the next is the experience. Experiences can be marketed. Yes. SL World, Dubai. Why do people go there? They want to experience the games, the environment there. Water park themes. They are successful because of this one of the aspect, that is experience. People like to enjoy the experience. They will share there. Maybe with the friends, with the families. We can watch a movie on internet. We can watch a movie in our hall also. But why people go in the theaters? They want to experience the ambience, the music, the bass over there, the environment. No phone calls, no disturbance, nothing. Just sit, watch movie, enjoy. Okay. So that is the experience. Maybe live concerts, music programs, any of the programs wherein you pay or the people pay just to have the experiences. Whether personalities can be marketed. I think the TRP rating of KBC is because of the anchorer, the host, Amitabh Bachchan, okay, who is a brand personality. So here they market the personalities. A concert of Zakir Hussain, okay, again, they themselves are marketing. Sachin Tendulkar, they are also brand ambassadors. Okay, can you identify the next person? Hello?
I don't know. Who is it?
Anybody?
I cannot identify.
He is a very famous lawyer.
Ma'am, Ujjwal Nikam.
Yes, very true. He is Ujjwal Nikam. Now, why I have taken him here? Any guess? Why Ujjwal Nikam with Amitabh Bachchan, Zakir Hussain, and Sachin Tendulkar? And why not Aishwarya Rai? Okay. Now here, and even I wanted to play this from a medical field, but maybe what is the personalities? See, why Ujjwal Nikam? You know, he's a very well-renowned lawyer in his field. Whether I go to an ordinary lawyer and Ujjwal Nikam, whose fees would be more? Take an example of a doctor. A very well-renowned heart surgeon is there. I go to him. Why I go to him? Because of word of mouth publicity. His personality has been marketed through word of mouth publicity. Because maybe some customer or some of the patient may be satisfied we received. He's spreading this. So here personalities can also be marketed, and that's why the importance of brand endorsement. This evolution part maybe I will deal tomorrow. Now, any doubts for the timing? We have just 4 minutes. If you have any doubts, we will discuss that, and tomorrow I will discuss with the evolution of marketing.
Ma'am, I have one question.
Yes.
If I'm working in software industry, so so मुझे ना मेरे सॉफ्टवेयर का मार्केटिंग करना है. So वो कैसा करेंगे हम?
अद्वैत बोल रहे हैं ना?
Yes, yes.
You are working in a software industry.
Yes.
You have prepared a software.
Yes.
You are into services, isn't it?
Yes.
Services को आप कैसे दिखाओगे लोगों
So
को?
मेरे
Software
फीचर्स
है,
दिखाऊंगा, सॉफ्टवेयर रिलेटेड फीचर्स एंड ऑल एवरीथिंग आई
कैसे
विल शो देम.
दिखाओगे? वो मैं पूछ रही हूँ.
Sorry,
Problem is
ma'am.
with services. Listen, the problem is with services is that you cannot tangibilize them. जैसे हम बोल सकते हैं ना कि कुछ भी any eatable item is there or any other product is there, आप देख सकते हो उसको, you can touch, you can feel, you can smell. Services का वैसा नहीं रहता है, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So services को you will have to convince more. What are the features in your software?
Yes.
What is the ability it has, and who would be the customers, how it will help the customers, that would be more important for you to stress upon. आपका टाइम बचेगा, आपका बहुत अच्छे से काम होगा. Okay, how it will improve the efficiency of work or the function, that is more important, isn't it?
Okay. And
Any other
one more,
Yes.
another question is, if I am service-based company and I have lots of clients and I have to, I want to attract other clients for my services, then how it will work?
Promotion of your services.
Okay.
And word of mouth publicity is the best for services. If you satisfy one customer, he will give you 10 customers.
Okay.
That is the mantra here.
So we actually there is some we facing another problem. If मेरा कोई XYZ client है, so अगर वो मेरा client है तो मैं दूसरा client मतलब पहले वाले क्लाइंट को नहीं बता सकता कि ही इज माय क्लाइंट, सो दिस टाइम कैसा मैनेज करेंगे हम?
मेरे को समझा नहीं आप, आई डिड नॉट गेट यू।
मतलब मैम मेरे पास ऑलरेडी एक क्लाइंट है, ओके,
ओके।
सो मेरा क्लाइंट बोलेगा कि ये मेरा प्रोडक्ट है,
हम्म।
मैं उनको सर्विस दे रहा हूँ उस प्रोडक्ट से रिलेटेड, ओके।
हाँ।
तो वो बोलेंगे कि इस प्रोडक्ट के बारे में आप अभी तक लॉन्च नहीं हुआ है, किसी को मत बताना, और मेरे पास दूसरा क्लाइंट आता है,
हाँ।
तो मैं उसको कैसे बताऊंगा कि हम इसको जो सर्विसेज दे रहे हैं इसको भी ऐसे ही देंगे, तो कैसा होगा ये?
मेरे को एक्चुअली आपका प्रॉब्लम नहीं समझा, मे बी वी विल स्पीक, इट इज अबाउट योर बिजनेस और योर कंपनी, नो?
यस यस सर।
Maybe you can personally WhatsApp me on my number, otherwise. Any
ओके,
other questions? Because it's
नो,
8 o'clock, Anand sir might be waiting. Okay, then maybe tomorrow we will meet for digital business at 7.
यस मैम, थैंक यू।
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.